I'm actually calling it knowledge translation, because when people think of education, they think of like, okay, I'm gonna go and hear someone speak, and then I'm gonna like come to a webinar and I'll get some credits, and that's education, right? It is. But education is so much more, because it's actually looking at figuring out what do you need to know about what's happening, and what level do I need to give it to you at, and then how do I give it in a way that works for you as a person. It's kind of like, okay, you've got a team, you've got a clinic. So from this clinic level, it's about kind of figuring out where your pain points are, because if we don't know what your problem is, we don't know what digital solution to give you, and you shouldn't just sign up for something because it looks really cool. So once you kind of figure out where your pain points are, then you have to figure out, is there a solution out there, and does it have to be AI, does it have to be digital? And then once you have a solution, it's like, well, how do I implement this, and how do I do it seamlessly and make it really easy for everyone to use? And that's kind of the piece that we're aiming at, right? And so we call that like the knowledge translation and change management and adoption at OMD. But other people have different terms, right? Because you can't actually transform anyone unless they start looking at different technology and looking at it that way, and then making those changes. Then the innovation part, I think, is also very important, because there's so much stuff coming down the pipeline. And so what OMD is doing is we're also trying to be that vetted, trusted source for you. So if AI Scribe is coming, or it's AI clinical decision tools, or another AI or another technology, then we're trying to look at it from the lens of clinicians, kind of bring them on board, co-design, and kind of say, okay, let's vet it. Let's see what we need. Let's vet the contracts. Let's vet the technology, and let's give you a trusted list that you know has been prepared for you, which helps you inform more. And that links into everything else that I was talking about. So I think the landscape's changing. So what I envision next year is we continue doing that and highlighting that, and continue being a source for clinicians to help them navigate that, the tips and tricks. But I also don't want to forget that we're also here to help the majority of clinics out there who really aren't even at that level of understanding, because they're so busy seeing patients and they don't have time to figure it out. So next year I envision us like looking towards the future and being visionary, bringing in all our partners in this, like government, vendors, other organizations, but then also really putting a focus on kind of skilling up the people that need to be skilled so they're not left behind.